Good morning, traders, and welcome to this live trading webinar. I saw many people join us today, and it's exciting because I see that you are very supportive. It means you like the webinars, you find a lot of value, and that's the ultimate purpose. So I hope everybody had a great weekend and you got some good rest, let's say, and we are ready to start the trading week with new mindset, with new goals. We approach the end of the month, so let's get started. Guys, just to make sure that you know that this content is used for general information only, and it's not intended to provide trading or investment advice or any personal recommendation. So let's share the Premium Analytic website. I think it's this one here. Yep. Well, today's top headlines. Workers' pay globally hasn't kept up with inflation. Of course, that's a serious matter. Going private again is all the range among newly public companies. United Nations inspectors detect near weapons grade enriched uranium in Iran. US warns China again supplying arms to Russia in Ukraine war. Chinese drones still support Russia's war in Ukraine. Trade data show. Thousands of Ukrainians in US risk losing legal status in April. Facebook parent launching Meta verified subscription service. Under Elon Musk, Twitter faces suits claim over 14 million US dollars in unpaid bills. HSBC rift with top shareholders. Ping and goes back years. For the calendar, I had a bit of browse earlier this morning, and I saw that there are kind of some different major news events between calendars, but that's okay. The point of the matter is we have news on a daily basis, either in London session or during the New York session, so we have to be aware of this. And that's mainly for intraday trading, right? Because for swing trading, it's a whole different story. So today we had only the interest rates in China. They kept them, I think, at 3.65%. On Tuesday, tomorrow, we will have the Australian Dollar Reserve Bank minutes. The new economic sentiment index in Germany will affect the euro, definitely. And in Canada, inflation rate for the year, they expect to see some weakness in the numbers. So this, as we said many times, it favors the consumer, but it depreciates the currency. So just I give you a brief explanation of how you can combine, let's say, the fundamental with the technical part, or if you are doing the same process like we do here, and then we see a bit of let's say we see a bit of deviation between the previous and the forecast, we can make the assumption that, look, this event brings volatility, and also this event can hold the market in this direction for maybe some days or some weeks, if it was interest rate, but this one maybe for some days mainly, or at the least until the currency it's going to move to its next support or resistance, depends on the direction. And let's say we have 6.3% previously, 6.1% is the forecast. We can make the assumption that if this is going to play out at the outcome, and 6.1% or less will be the actual number. We can see some weakness in the Canadian dollar. So which one is strong now? Maybe the dollar can pushes a little bit the Canadian dollar. Maybe the euro, it's a bit strong. So maybe we can find some short positions between US dollar and Canadian dollar, or euro and Canadian dollar. That's the process I go through when I record the podcast. And today I will record the weekly podcast. So please make sure you engage yourself. You can find the podcast here at Analytics, Weekly Trading Podcast. And for those who are new here with us, you can scroll down. Either you can play directly from here. You see very few people, they do that. Most of the traders, they just use Spotify and or any other platform, they download it. So here is the link for you guys, just to make sure you never missed it. So we're gonna come back with tomorrow's event, just to make sure that we understand that FOMC minutes will bring some volatility, definitely around the US session. Inflation rate on Thursday in Japan, and some GfK consumer confidence. In other calendars, I believe these are not major news events, but yeah, based on the MetaTrader calendar, that's what we have for now. Let's have a look at the charts. So good morning, Diego, Rumen. Good morning, Theo. Good morning, all. Good morning. Good morning, Theo. Make it live after so long. Yes, JZ, it's been a while to see your name here. William, welcome, welcome. Guys, did you trade anything last week? Would you like to see some maybe currency pairs, some indices, something? Please let me know. Well, with the pound against the dollar, if we go on the weekly chart, as it's beginning of the week, we see this. We are technically in a long-term downtrend. Short-term, we are ranging, and we are between this range. Now we had this long leg doji candle last week. Too much of uncertainty whether the market's going to push to the upside or to the downside. Really, we don't know. What can we see if we go to a lower time frame is that last week we had this bullish engulfing candle, a combination with the hammer from support. You see, we had this area of support marked in our chart. We had some short trades, and we said that when the price is going to dip into this area, we have to look to secure some profits. I'm out of both trades. I had a really good trades here last week. So I don't know if you guys participate in these trades. So why we mark this area and the price touches right at this area here, simply we started with this order block. At this point, we had this order block here, and then this one there. I went down to the lower time frame for our chart, zoom out, and found the origin of the move, and that was this one here. This bullish engulfing candle was the cause of this new uptrend. And when the price comes back to revisit, let's say, the origin of the move, if there are buying orders sitting here at this area, then they get filled, and most of the times we see that the market bounce from the support rather than break through the support. So for today, if you ask me, this bullish engulfing here can be played based on the technical analysis and the pattern here. If we zoom in, we have this area of resistance. The next, it's this one here. So this is the area of resistance. So the market has room to move from here to there. It's like 82 pips. For our chart, we can make it something like this. So I believe you have 100 pips, 110. So pretty much that's the area of next resistance. If we go down to the lower time frames and we try to find some good entries. So if you guys want to trade the 5-minute chart, for example, here it's an area of support, then that's another area of support. We believe that if the market it's going to retrace here, it's going to find some strong buying pressure to push it to the upside. Without, I said it so many times, nobody has that crystal ball to know what is going to happen next. We use solid and high probability setups to structure the market and create trading plans. Euro against the US dollar. Same setup here, although for me, the market, it's right at this area of resistance. So I wouldn't be very keen to go through this area. I prefer the pound that has more clarity. But still, for a short term, at least for a short term, this has nice bullish implication based on the price action and based on the support. The USD against the Swiss franc, this one was a very nice shooting star after this, let's say in the very short term, trending candles. Then we see this reversal here. Market can definitely find some selling pressure. So long-term downtrend on the daily chart, 50 moving average, rejected with this candlestick price action reversal pattern. Market most likely would like to follow through. We see that we are approaching to this area of intraday support. Still, there is room to move in this market, so that's also a good one to keep an eye on. Australian dollar against the US dollar, very clear as well. Rejection, rejection, and then this bullish long tail candle. It can really help the market to gain some momentum. For position traders, as always, we say we draw our trend lines on the lower time frames. When the trend line breaks and we confirm that we are in an area that we can buy based on the higher time frame, then we can initiate some positions, our stop loss below, and we wait for the outcome. So we have some bullishness. We have some bullishness against the dollar, so we have some bearishness in the dollar, in the US dollar. USD against the Canadian dollar, right at this resistance area, we can see some selling pressure coming in. A bit of a mixed picture now with the Japanese yen and the dollar. Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, it looks like it wants to push higher. We see this higher high here. We see this higher low here. This never retested. Market never came all the way down. So what can we see for this area? Maybe this trend line. So it looks like it has bullish implication. We go down to lower time frames. If we find some reversal price action signal, we can definitely buy this. The euro as well looks really, really clear, especially for intraday traders. It's a good one. Keep an eye on that if you're going to be around. Pound, I wouldn't like to buy it because it's really below all these averages. Swiss franc and the Japanese yen. It has room to move to the upside as well. Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. Not very clear. Gold. Look at this nice pin bar at this area of support, or this hammer. Let's delete this one. On the weekly chart, we have this rejection. On the daily chart, we can see some push to the upside. Where is our next area of resistance? Let's say it's this one here, then it's this one there. So it's a little bit of resistance in the way, but that's what it is. Crude oil. I just want the price to move away from this consolidation for me to start looking again for either longs or shorts. The end gas, now we are right at this support, ladies and gentlemen. If we're going to have some nice bullish engulfing reversal, then we can see some. I would like to take some trades to the upside. If we're going to break below, then we will look at this level here. The next level of support, it's at $1.50. So we wait for the market to show us what it's gonna do. Silver, same like gold. Bitcoin, apparently it's maintaining this bullishness from this impulse candle. And we can definitely see the market pushed higher because here there are no selling pressure. There are no sellers keen to really to do anything from what I see. Euro against the Australian dollar. We approach this area of resistance. The market is selling off. Euro against the Great British Pound. Nothing to really to comment here. Pound CAD. Here it's the area I would like to maybe initiate some trades to the downside, at least for a while, due to this 4-hour, I think. So yeah, due to this 4-hour area of resistance. So I'll maybe put a limit order here with a stop. Let's put our ATR. As I mentioned many times, the way I like to use the ATR is to use stops on the half of their distance. So it's about 96, let's say with a spread 100 pips. If I will enter here until this area, it's 33 pips. So I will go to 50 pips. So if I will enter here, I will have my stop 50 pips above based on the ATR. The ATR, it shows 100 pips, but I would like to take only 50 pips risk, because if the market it's going to reverse, to give me at least 2 to 1 in the next few days. or 3-1. I don't want to wait for weeks to get a 2-1 or 3-1. That's why I put this. That's how I use the ATR. New Zealand against the Kiwi. We will see that. Good morning, Cat JPY weekly, please, David. Where do I find the PP? Kyla, pivot points maybe? Cat JPY weekly. So really, we are in this weekly resistance area with this bullish candle. 50-day moving average got rejected. We didn't close higher. Remember, dynamic moving averages. If the market, I didn't like on Friday that the market didn't find selling pressure. And guys, I said many times when we monitor too many currency pairs, we lack the focus of attention. So what is the market doing here? Is trending higher, bullishness. Then sellers appear at the selling zone. Here it's a selling zone. Here it's a seller's area. Sellers appeared here, but they didn't maintain their momentum. They didn't create new market structure, new lower lows, lower highs. Like when the sellers appear at this area, they create a strong momentum and they maintain it until the next support. Same with here. Momentum until the support. But here, you see, we are in the selling zone. The sellers came, but they lack of momentum. So market is telling us that it's not ready to sell off. Same with here. What do I see? I see a doji candle at resistance. Why? After a seller's bar. Why do I see the doji candle here? I would like to see some selling pressure. So maybe the market will come more deep into this resistance before it decides to push lower, if it will push lower. But if it comes through this resistance, penetrate and close higher, definitely we're going to look for different market structure. New Zealand, Canadian dollar, starting from the weekly chart. So market is making lower highs and lower lows. That's great. What do I see? We lack the momentum here because the candles, they are getting smaller and smaller in body range. If we go to the daily chart, we can structure this. Now you can play it with totally different patterns. Guys, there are traders. They look this as a pennant, bullish pennant. They're going to buy here. They're going to have a stop loss below here, and they're going to wait for some weeks, months, I don't know, 6 months to make some 2-1 or 3-1. There are other traders, they just focus on this area here and they say, okay, we have these boundaries. Now depends on the time horizon you trade. But really, we haven't come right at a strong support. So if you ask me which direction would you trade it today, I will say I will sell it. Okay, but taking in consideration that it can taking in consideration that the market is not very strong in from selling pressure, we have to be very careful when we trade this market. There are more clear markets, in my opinions, to be traded. Pound Australian dollar, it's a nice one as I mentioned lately, because we are right at this area of resistance, and at this area of resistance, we can find some selling pressure. Now, I had a losing trade, by the way, here last week, and because my stop loss was, I think I traded at this candle here, but my stop loss wasn't right there. It was somewhere right here, and I got stopped out, but that's okay, not a problem, because always the risk management will determine how much you're going to make and how long you're going to survive in the market. Does anyone keep record the win ratio of morning DAX scalping? Thank you. Excellent information. You hope you had a great weekend. Kyla, you can find the pivot points. You have to download it. I remember they asked me from the sales team, customer support. They asked me about that, but really, I don't know where you can. How can you download this one? It must be. Can you please ask your account manager, and they can send me maybe an email or something, so I can connect them with the right team to sort it out. If you were the one who asked last week, maybe about the pivot points, or maybe it was somebody else. US dollar, even if we see the US dollar, this daily candlestick here indicates that market wants to sell off. But guys, just be careful, because traders, they get excited on the short-term picture, but they don't understand the long-term picture. So if the market will reverse here and we see push higher, what is this pattern scream to you? What do you see here? Left shoulder, maybe right shoulder. It's on the development. We don't know if it's going to be developed, and the head. So if the market finds some support here, we're going to have an inverse head and shoulder, and we will expect the minimum target, duplicate this one. You are somewhere here, right at this resistance. Okay, so be mindful when you're going to trade the dollar weakness. So on the DAX, what do we have today? We have this bullishness. We have our 4-hour pivot. I believe that's the high, and that's the low I want to see. So 1 minute before the open, the London Open, a lot of analysis, wonderful webinar. Thank you guys that you enjoy it. I'm sure you find a lot of value here. So maybe we can go through all these pairs every single morning. Yeah. What about the indices? The indices, ladies and gentlemen. Look, due to US dollar weakness, we expect to have some bullishness in general on the indices. You see this support here, S&P 500, the same, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, the same, FTSE. We are at resistance, but still we are in this uptrend. DAX on the daily chart, I like this bullish rejection here with this candlestick. So we see what the market will do. Raquel, yes, the ATR, I use it on the trading view, but it's not like on MetaTrader where the ATR gets based on the calculate based on the time frame you have on the screen. On trading view, the ATR appears mainly for daily and 4-hour charts, but it counts only the daily move. So even if you have the ATR on the 4-hour chart, you're gonna see the daily. You're gonna see the daily number. Maybe we're going to have a false break here, but that's okay. We know that if the market is going to come here, we're going to scratch the trade. So we're going to wait for that. What about the FTSE? Oh, FTSE is selling aggressively. I don't know if Rumen took any trades on the FTSE. Usually you surprise me with the FTSE here. HV, anything on the Nasdaq? Your next area of support, I believe it's down here with the Nasdaq. So that's what I believe from the technical analysis. By the way, guys, I will definitely encourage everyone. Just give me one sec. Please make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel if you haven't done so, and please make sure you like the videos here. As myself and the team, we put enormous amount of effort to deliver this content to you. So if you really find some value and you would like to see more of the videos and be supportive, it will be nice to see more likes than 3 likes on the videos and 5 likes. If we see the 1-minute chart. Okay, I was sure that got stopped out. That's okay. That's fine. Although the daily price action is bullish, I was more prepared for buying positions instead of sell position, but that's my strategy. That's what I trade. That's how I trade, and it is what it is. Again, if the market is going to come here, then I will get out of the trade and I'll call it for the day. That's totally fine. Yep. Oh, more likes on the YouTube video. Thank you so much, guys. FTSE 10 pips. Well done, Rumen. Wow, it's fantastic when I see you guys posting that you are having good trades, winning trades, that you make money. That's the ultimate success for me. Okay. So guys, we know that we have this support here. If the market is going to come somewhere here, we can take our profits. But if the market is not going to come and it's going to come here, we're going to take a loss. And that's it. Simple as that. So let's wait. If it's not going to be false break here, and we're going to see some more selling pressure, that will be good. How many pips so far? 5. Yeah, there is not much volatility on Monday. That's true. Here we are at the S2, 7 pips. We will see if it's going to hold or if it's going to go into that support area. So fighting aggressively here. Shona, what did I analyze? Guys, that's all for me. It's here, 10 pips, close. Okay. All right, that was another good trading session, I believe. Okay, guys, I will leave you with that. And I look forward to see you tomorrow again at the same time. Just be mindful that on Wednesday, I won't be available for the live trading. So please make sure you tune tomorrow again. I wish you happy trading and have a great day ahead. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.